Hi friends, how are you? Welcome back to my YouTube channel called Tours Excursions Vallarta. My name is Oscar and I'm here in Puerto Vallarta with a new video talking about security issues here in Puerto Vallarta. I'm gonna give you tips because it's the high season coming here in Puerto Vallarta, and there is some security issues here in the area. So I want to inform you what you have to do, some tips or hints for your next travel in Puerto Vallarta, okay? So stay in this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, activate all the notifications, get the latest news here in Puerto Vallarta or Nuevo Vallarta. Remember, I have more content on my social media, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, okay? Follow me. Well, my first advice is be aware of the people that is trying to help you with some stain in your clothing or in your bag, something like that. Just say no. They want to scam you, or there are like pickpockets, and they try to tell you something meanwhile another person is trying to steal in you, okay? So be aware of that person, especially in the romantic zone areas. Some stores like in Costco or even in Walmart, there is some cases that's happened over there. So be aware of that, okay? Don't accept the help of any strange here in Puerto Vallarta. But Puerto Vallarta is very safe. But the reason is there is a lot of people. Every high season here in Puerto Vallarta, there is more tourists and more opportunity to scam our visitors. So don't accept the help of any stranger and you will be fine, okay? Another tip that I can give you is I hear cases about neighbors or people living here, like expat or retired people living here. And normally our visitors from Canada or from US are people very kind and they want to help to the homeless. But if you want to help those people, do it in the right way through not-profit organization or not-profit organization or food banks. Do the donation directly on those organizations. Don't pick up people from the streets and take you to your home, because they know, and this is a way to some kind of steal you or burglary later, okay? I know cases very near of my house that they help people, and later 1 week later they try to enter their houses and stole everything from there. So be aware of that. Once I ask for, I see a publicity on the Facebook market. Somebody was trying to sell their some desk and a chair for the desk. And I asked for the price. It was very low, and we set up a meeting for check the desk and the chair. And when I arrived to the property, the person just opened it was a condo, like 4 floors, something like that, in Puerto Vallarta here in 5 de Diciembre. They trust on me. Obviously I am not a thief, but for another person, just open their house and like nothing. This is the desk, come in, like no security, like these kind of behaviors with the locals. It's okay, but you must be more aware of that behavior. Do not trust in anybody here, even it seems like a good person. Don't trust in the strangers here in Puerto Vallarta, and then do not open your house just like that because you are nice, okay? It's still, like I told you, still Puerto Vallarta very secure, but normally those people know how the visitors are, and they take advantage of that. So be aware of that, okay? Put some cameras in your property. If you are living right now here, put some cameras. Avoid all these kind of people, or let them know that you have cameras in your property, and this is a good way to avoid burglary later, or they stalling you. Okay, so that's a good advice. Even I don't let in people here in my house. I live in the second floor, and there is an enter to these apartments, and we always keep closed the main door. So, and we asking each other or neighborhoods here if there is some sometimes you need to fix your your dryer or your washer, and let them know to your neighborhoods that something is coming. If not, be aware of that people wants to enter to your property. Be aware of that. So that's a good tip if you are living here. For the first time visitor, another way to avoid being robbed in the ATM machines, don't accept any help of any strangers. Okay, if you going to the ATMs, some ATMs, I know because in the news and because my own experience, are like with some devices that can do a copy of your plastics, credit cards or debit cards, and sometimes you ask the withdrawal, and the ATM tell you that is your money's ready, take the money, and you don't see the money. Sometimes there is a cover where is the money it's supposed to go out. So the scammers put that because they know normally it's happen at night. They put those devices, and when you leave over the ATM, they go and they take the money. And legally, you have or for the ATM concern that you get the money, but it's not. So be aware of that. So always check the ATM machine. If you see some gaps or you see some different, something like that, the ATM machine don't use that ATM. Okay, there is a scammer even here in Puerto Vallarta, and be aware of that. Okay, normally I always tell you what banks to do the exchange rate here in Puerto Vallarta. The Banco Azteca, you can go directly with the cashier or to the bank and with a person, and you will need your passport or a copy of your passport, and or the C Bank is another one. There is Banco Azteca and C Bank are in the downtown or outside of the downtown, so it's very easy to find it. Okay, and just be aware of that. Okay. Well, for the last, my recommendation is do a schedule for your vacation or your activities outside, an itinerary here in Puerto Vallarta. If you have a local guide, ask to the local guide all the details about the excursions or the tours. If you need money, normally for my customers, when they hire me, they don't need to worry about that because I always work as a guide even in the banks. I recommend some banks, and sometimes if they asking me for assistance, I do the assistance, but I always recommend good banks and with no problems, like in the Banco Azteca and the C Bank. There is no problem with the banks until now, and normally you don't need a lot of money. You can pay with your plastics, with your credit cards or debit card, and it's like for me, mostly of the restaurants they accept payments with plastics. So 1,000 Mexican pesos is enough to bring in your pocket in cash. And when you are paying something or with souvenirs on people on the street or on the beach, don't show your money, don't show your wallet. Put your wallet in another part or in a backpack or something. Leave your passport in your room, in your hotel room or your Airbnb. Make sure that the Airbnb or the hotel room has a safe, and leave all your most important documents. Normally the passport is very valuable document. You don't need to lose here. So make a copy, a color copy, it works normally. Or your ID works for exchange currency. You will you don't need your passport with you. So here in Mexico, no, I think only in Cancun they asking because you need to pay some taxes. But I don't know. I don't know. I had much more information about Cancun. But here in Puerto Vallarta, you don't need your passport, only for your flight, and that's it. But this is my recommendation. I think 1,000 Mexican pesos in your pocket is okay. Normally, I don't bring a lot of money on my pocket. I just put in my bank account, and I don't get money if I just need. 1,000 is okay for pay the Uber, pay the taxi, some tips. That's why I always told you do an itinerary, a schedule of your activities. Normally, your local guide will help you with that. Like for my customers, I always, or if there is several activities with me, I send an email with all the activities and a schedule that we're gonna do and recommendation, what to wear, if we're gonna go like some excursion, we need water or we need some money or extra money or some swimsuit or not. A lot of details. And more details you have about your activities here in Puerto Vallarta will be better, okay? So that's all my recommendation. This recommendation is because it's coming the high season, or already here the high season. And we started with the Day of the Dead today, yesterday, because there is a lot of people here in Puerto Vallarta. Like me, good advice is I have my backpack, and I don't use it normally. I just put it here in front of me because I carry my 360 camera, my gimbal, my cameras for recording. So that's expensive equipment, and I don't need to lose it, okay? And there is a lot of people, and you're gonna miss the guy who is stealing your stuff. So, and my wallet was not here, was in the front or with a few money, okay? I only take care about my key card and another part in my backpack, and just like 100 pesos because I have my car parking, and just if in the case if I need it. But 100 pesos was enough for me. Even I can go back to my house walking. So normally you don't need a lot of money in your pockets, okay? So be aware of that. If somebody is a pickpocket stole your wallet, there is nothing like only a copy of your documentary or your passport or just a few pesos, okay? And it's not worth it for these guys, okay? But don't worry, the authorities are encouraged to all the citizens or say to the citizen or the visitors here in Puerto Vallarta, there is more security and they're bringing more cops to watch all the city in this high season, okay? So that's all for now, my friends. Thank you very much for watching me. If you want to hire me as your local guide here, don't forget to send me an email or go to my website and send me a message, okay? See you next time. Bye bye.